If you are, I want to start. The first question is this. The first question is this. So there is a vector. So for example, it's 100 Newton. Okay. So the question asks, find the magnitude in the horizontal direction and in the vertical direction. So whenever we have any vector, for example, this is our vector u, and if this is our angle alpha, so this vector has two components. The first component is here on the x-axis. We may call this is ux vector. And in order to find this, we do this length of u times cosine of alpha. That's it. And in order to find the vertical component, which is here, it is almost equal to this part. These are equal to each other. We say that uy, for example, if I say the y component of the vector u, uy vector is equal to length of the u times sine of alpha. So this is the theory. If we apply this theoretical approach to our question, so our vector has on the horizontal direction this length. So in order to find this length, I will say that length of the vector, which is the magnitude given 100 times cosine of 30 degrees. So you can use your calculator. And cosine of 30, I know that sine of 60, which is √3/2. And then it will be 50 times √3. If there is alternative A, B, C, D, 50 times √3, you can check it. You can select that one. If not, you will use the calculator. What is 50 times? So let me just do it here. 50 times square root of 3. Just open your calculator or smartphone. 50 times square root of 3. So result comes out as 86.6. So 86.60. So this will be now. So just let me look the participant. Okay. So that's finished. What about vertically? What will be my magnitude? So in order to find the vertical magnitude, I will say that length of the vector times sine of alpha, which is sine of 30 degrees. Since this is my vector, its magnitude is 100 Newton. When I want to find its vertical component's magnitude, I will multiply by sine of 30. So 100 times sine of 30, I know that it is 1/2. So it will be 50 Newton. That's it. So there will be one question similar to this one. You will read the question, okay, and you will use the given magnitude and the angle. In order to find the horizontal magnitude, you will use this vector times cosine of 30, and the horizontal one, vector times sine of 30.
Sir, sorry, can
Yes,
you go to that slide? I had one question. I was waiting for you. Sir, for the first one, is it a rule that we have to do cosine times like whatever the angle is?
So one more time, the figure you have like this, okay? This is, let's say, 100 Newton. Okay. And this part is given. The angle, I mean, it's given, let's say 60 degrees. Okay. And then question is, find the magnitude in the horizontal direction for the given vector. So what does it mean? You go down, so you need this distance. So how can you find this distance? The answer is this, 100 times cosine of 60. That's it. So what is the 100 times cosine of 60? Calculate by using calculator. Okay. And what about vertical distance? This one. Okay. So it is 100 times sine of 60.
So
Yes.
if they ask horizontal, use cosine. If the vertical, use sine, right?
Sine. Yeah, always.
Okay.
In physics or in mathematics, always the vertical things gives us the sine of 60.
Thank you.
Welcome. Now, second question type for the Fibonacci numbers. What is the Fibonacci number? Fibonacci numbers are famous and we see in the nature. It is the numbers in this form, in this rule, in this pattern. What is that? 1, 1, and then 1 plus 1, we are writing 2. 2 plus 1, we are writing 3. 3 plus 2, we are writing 5. 5 plus 3, we are writing 8. 8 plus 5, we are writing 13. 13 plus 8, we are writing, what will be? 21. And so on. So it says 11th term, but it could be 6th term, 7th term, 8th term. I don't think so. It will be very far away. So there are here how many terms? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It could be 7th term, 8 terms. Okay, even 11. So we should continue. How? 21 plus 13, so 34, and so on. Okay. Any question for this? So simple. Just simple logic. Okay. Now, for the sequences, these are the terms. First term, second term. I couldn't write. The first term, second term. Why I cannot write 1 minute? Oh my God. Let me annotate here. Maybe it works. Okay, so the first term, second term, the third term, and so on. It says that what will be here the term. How can we find this? So let's think. Let's try to find a rule. So our chapter is the sequences. We have arithmetic and geometric sequences. Arithmetic means something. The difference between two terms is a fixed, which we call D, like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So distance is 2 units. Whenever we have geometric, it is like 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, and so on. So when I look at here, is this arithmetic or geometric? I mean, distance between two terms fixed or not? I think it's not fixed. Why? First of all, -4 and 2, what is the distance between them, difference between them? It is 6 units. From -4 to 8, it is 12 units. So this is not arithmetic sequence. This could be geometric sequence. So for the geometric sequence, the rule is this: an is equal to a1 times r to the power of n. Let me explain by using formula, and without formula also you can decide this by own. The r is common ratio. And how can we calculate the r? R is equal to a2 over a1, a3 over a2, and so on. So when I look at here, this is a1, this is a2. So when I divide them, so first of all, a2, -4 times x to the power of 7 divided by 2 times x to the power of 5. Even though I may continue, this is enough, but we may continue to be sure. So 8 times x to the power of 9 divided by -4 times x to the power of 7. So this ratio and this ratio must be common, must be same. Let's check it. How can I do this? -4 divided by 2, -2. And what's going on? Who is using my account?
Someone is using your account?
It says multiple. Anyway, okay, let's continue now. Let me continue. Annotation and this. So let me tell you, -4 divided by 2, it will be -2. And then x to the power of 7 What the hell is this? Okay. One more time. -2 times x to the power of 7 divided by x to the power of 5. So it will be x to the power of 2. Is this clear? X to the power of 7 minus
Yes, sir.
5, which
7
is
minus
2.
5.
What about here? 8 divided by -4, -2, times x to 9, x to 7, x to the power of 2. So I understand that I have a common ratio. So this is geometric sequence, which is the ratio is -2 times x to the power of 2. So I am writing r is equal to -2 times x to the power of 2. Now, let's be careful here. It's so simple thing now. After deciding what is r, even you can use the formula. So how was the formula? An is equal to a1 times r to the power of n minus 1. So a1 is equal to 2 times x to the power of 5 times r is -2 times x to the power of 2 to the power of n minus 1. What is n minus 1? Since this is a1, and I am looking for this term. Which term? First term, second term, third term, fourth term. So this is a4. So n is 4, it means. So 4 minus 1, which will be 3. So the answer is 2x to 5, -2 to the power of 3, x to the power of 2 to the power of 3. So which will be 2 times x to 5 times -2 to 3 times x to 6. So 2 to 3, 2, 4, 8. 8 times 2 is 16. So this multiplication is 16, but there is minus also. X to the power of 5 and x to the power of 6, x to the power of 11. Why? 5 plus 6, 11. So the answer of the question is this. But this is very long, very long. I do not prefer to use the formula. What I prefer this one. I prefer this one. Since this is geometric sequence, and I said that the common ratio is -2x to 7, x to 2. How did I find this? Second term divided by first term. So -2x to the power of 2. Now be careful. From first term to second term to go, I am multiplying the first term by the r. When I multiply 2x to 5 times -2x to 2, I will get -4x to 7. From second term to third term to go, I am multiplying the second term by r. So -2 times -4, 8. X to 2 times x to 7, 9. So similarly, from A3 to A4 to go, so A4 is equal to A3 times R. So A3 I know, this is given. So 8 times x to 9. So I need multiplication by R. And what is R? -2 x to 2. And that's it. So 8 times -2, -16. X to 9 and x to 2, x to 9 plus 2, which is -16, x to 11. Any question? Is this okay?
It's okay, sir.
So, for example, if you have 2, 4, 8, 16, what will be this? The answer is simple. How? The ratio is 4 over 2, 4 over 2, 2, 8 over 4, 2, 16 over 8, 2. That means R is 2. So in order to find the following term, just you will multiply the previous term by 2. 16 times 2, 32. No need extra formula. That's it, finished.
Sir, can you just explain this multiplication here? 18 times x9, okay, times -2.
One more time.
Yes.
Okay, one more time. If the question, we did this. If the question 2, 4, 8, 16, what will be this term? I am saying that what is the common ratio? 4 over 2, 8 over 4, 16 over 8. Is this 2? Yes, this is 2. And so how can I find the term? This is equal to previous term, which is 16, times R, which is 2. So it is equal to 32. That's it. Or you use the formula A5, since this is the fifth term, A1 times r to the power of 5 minus 1. So it will be 2 times 2 to the power of 4, which is 32. If you want to use the formula, but no need the formula. Why? To get 4, you multiply 2 by 2. To get 8, you multiply by 2, 4. To get 16, you multiply by 2 the previous term. So to get this, you should multiply by 2 the previous term, which is 16 times 2, 32. That's it. Okay? Okay or not? Ahmet Kerim, I am asking.
Got it, sir. Yes, thank you so much. Thank
Come
you.
on. Now the other question. Other question. Question number. So this is the second. This is the third. This is the fourth. Okay, now let's talk about for the eccentricity. So there will be one question. It says find the eccentricity of the given conic section. So whenever we have the eccentricity question, E, which is eccentricity, is equal to C over A. It's the common formula, even for the hyperbola, even for the ellipse. Okay, this is the hard formula. E is equal to C over A. The question is find eccentricity, which means find E. In order to find E, I should find what is C and what is A. Whenever I look this question, what is this? Is this ellipse or hyperbola? Is this ellipse or hyperbola? This is hyperbola, right? How we understand? The difference is for the ellipse, everything is plus. For the hyperbola, we may have minus. Is this okay? Very simple. For the hyperbola, we have minus, but for the ellipse, we have everywhere plus. Now, if this is hyperbola, I need A and B in order to find the C. There is the formula. So when you have the positive term, what does it mean positive term? This is negative, so here, this is positive. Before this term, there is plus, right? Positive. So for the hyperbola, where you have the positive term, the denominator is called A squared. Where you have the negative term, the denominator is called the B squared. This is the rule. This is the definition we should know. Okay? So where you have the positive, so the denominator is A squared. Where you have the negative, denominator is B squared. Is this okay, first of all? Yes, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So if A squared is 81, the question is only this, right? So this is solution. Solution. Since A squared is 81, I can say that A is 9. Finished. So this is B squared. B squared is 100. That means B is 10. Is it okay? Is it okay or not?
Yes, sir. It's okay, sir.
For the hyperbola, we have a rule that C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. We should take a note somewhere. This. For the hyperbola, C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. For ellipse, C squared is equal to A squared minus B squared for the ellipse. But for the hyperbola, it's plus. Okay? So you can keep in your mind. For the hyperbola, this is minus, this is plus. For the ellipse, this is plus, so this is minus. There is a opposite relation between them. Or just memorize as a rule. And then, what is A squared? It is 81. What is B squared? It is 100. Meanwhile, I don't need to calculate here B or A in this formula in order to find this C squared. But of course, here I need the A. So let us keep it B is 10. It's fine. Now, B squared is, tell me, 100. A squared is 81. So this will be 181. What is this? C squared. If C squared is 181, what is C?
9.
C is square root of 181, right?
Oh.
And then use the calculator. I don't know what's that. We can use the calculator. Let me use, where is my normal calculator? I am taking my hands so quickly I can do it. square root of 181, it is equal to 13.45, approximately.
Yeah, that's it.
13.45. It could be even in the exam, it could be just like square root of 181. It could be. So multiple choice, check it. If square root of 181, yes, or decimal number, decimal. So it totally depends on the how the question being prepared. Okay, it could be given this form or it could be given this form. Anyway, so I'm finding 13.45. So I'm writing here 13.45 divided by A. So what is A? A is
9.
9. So that's the answer. So the answer of the question is, let me write one more time, 181 divided by 9 or 13.45 divided by 9. One of them you will select, okay? I mean, this kind of question you will have in the exam. Of course, the numbers are different. Just be aware of this fact. Be careful now. Whenever we have x squared plus a squared minus y squared plus b squared is equal 1, this is hyperbola. Okay? If we have x squared plus a squared y squared over b squared, this is now ellipse. Okay? If there is plus, ellipse. If there is minus, hyperbola. This is the first thing. The second
Sir,
thing,
hyperbola cannot be plus.
no, it's always with minus. This is the difference between them. Now, to whom we are calling a squared, it's very important. Okay, it's very important. So we are saying the a squared where we have the positive one. Okay, so this is now positive term. This is now negative term. For the negative term, we say b squared here. For the positive term, we say denominator is a squared. And then the formula for the hyperbola is c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. And then eccentricity, even for ellipse, even for hyperbola, only one formula, which is c over a. That's it. So I am passing another question type. Yeah, it's a famous question type. So there will be one question. It says that identify given equation, given conic section equation, given, I mean, conic figure, whatever, by using a discriminant. So it will be given in the class, in the examination. So what is the discriminant? This, I just copy paste the formula quickly. Whenever we have a times x squared, b times xy, c times y squared, d times x, e times y, and f is equal to 0, discriminant, which is d, is equal to b squared minus 4ac. Okay? So in my question, so this is now a. Now there is no b. I can say that b is equal to 0. Why? B is something in front of x times y. Do I have x times y here? No.
No.
Now c is before the y square. So a is 2, b is 0, c is negative 1 over 2. D is before the x. So before the x, what I have here, negative 1. But do not confuse with this. This is discriminant. Let's say discriminant. Or let me use 1 minute. Delta. It could be better. Like a second degree functions. D is now negative 1. What is E? E is before the y. So before the y, still I have negative 1. What is F? Without x, y, or x times y. Just number.
1 over 8.
So this is F. 1 over 8. Now, after deciding, determining, identifying what is A, B, C, D, E, F, the job is calculating discriminant. So B squared, which is 0 squared, minus 4 times A times C, A is 2, times C. What is C? Where is it? Negative 1 over 2. And it will be this negative, positive. 4 times 2, 8, 8 over 2, 4. So this is now 4. Now, when this is 4, we are checking. It says that When this is less than 0, there are two options. It could be even circle, even ellipse. So how you will decide? You will check B is 0 and A is equal to C. If this condition satisfy, we call this is circle. If B is different than 0 or A is different than C, one of them, we call this is ellipse.
Sir, B is not different than 0, so it's a circle.
B is different than 0 or A is different than C. It says either or, one of them must be satisfied. So now if delta discriminant is equal to 0, this is directly parabola, directly. So our case, which is greater than 0, it is hyperbola. So we will choose A, B, C, D alternative. We will check where do you see a hyperbola? That's the answer.
Sir, but you said if it's 0, we check directly
Parabola,
to parabola.
directly parabola, if it is 0. If it is greater than 0, hyperbola. So let me clean one more time.
So we didn't check circle and ellipse because it's smaller than 0, right?
If it's smaller than 0,
then like -1, -2.
For example, if delta is, let's say, -10, for example. So I will check this. B is 0. Yes, B is 0. We said here. And what we said, A is equal to C. So A is 2. C is here what we said. What is C here? -1/2.
Yeah.
So no, these are not. Why? A is 2, C is -1/2. 2 is not equal to -1/2. So I will say that this is not circle. Is this ellipse? I will say that B must be different than 0. Is B different than 0? No, B is 0. So this is not satisfied. So A must be different than C. Yes, A is different than C. 2 is different than -1/2. So this is ellipse. But when? If delta is greater than 0, less than 0. Like if this is -10, so this is satisfied, I can say that this is ellipse. But in my question, since delta is +4, which is greater than 0, the answer is directly, no doubt, directly, it's hyperbola. If you have 0 is equal 0, it is directly parabola. So if less than 0, there are two options. So just take a note somewhere this formula, okay? So whenever you see the question, check it. It's simple. Come on.
Come on, sir.
Okay. What is A? What is B? What is C? Before x squared, before xy, before c squared, before x, before y, before f. Okay. So we may move. Question number 6. Write the standard form of the parabola with the directrix where x is -1, focus is 4, 0. Normally there is a formula, but I don't remember right now. I can search from the internet. But what can I do? I may think this. The focus, x is 4, y is 0. Let's say this is 4. X is 4, y is 0. And then x is equal to -1. So x is -1 here. So this is directrix. If this is directrix, so there should be somewhere, tell me, vertex and the focus. So how is my parabola? Is it something like that? This is directrix. So this is vertex, this is focus. So for example, I am saying, okay, focus, vertex, directrix. Okay, just 1 second, coming. Ben dersteyim oğlum, ilk yapma oğlum. Elin yüzünü yıka git ders olmalı. Dersteyim acele. Kahveye vermişler. Ya bugün gelir ya yarın gelir. Tamam, hadi kapat kapıyı. Kapıyı kapat hemen. Okay. There is no one in home, so my kid came. No. So I just want to use the logic. So again, there is a formula. We may check the formula, but I just want to use the logic. Here, the thing is this. So this distance and this distance are equal to each other, right? Or just let us, 1 minute, let us just Googling equation of the parabola. Let us write. Let's see. How was this? So let us look the first one. I'm just looking. So first of all, our parabola equation, x squared is equal to 4py, it says, or y is equal to 1 over 4p pi. Where is it with directrix? X, this is the thing we have studied in our book, in our textbook. X minus h squared is equal to 4p times y minus k, or y minus k squared is equal to 4p times x minus h. So when we look at here, this is now directrix, right? First of all, there are two cases. The parabola is up or down, parabola is up or down, or parabola is right or left. So in our question, if we look at, so it says that, let me just draw quickly. So I shouldn't use the Jamboard for the other classes. Bilmiyorum oğlum, bak ben dersteyim, beni rahatsız ediyorsun. Hadi dışarıya çık, sen oyun oyna. Okay, I will use this one. So let's say x is -1. So x is -1 here. And then focus is 4, 0. X is 4, y is 0. Let's say here. So if this is focus, the vertex will be somewhere here. So this is my case, is it? This is my case, right? So when I come here, this is my case. So directrix is here, the focus is here. So what am I going to do? It says that, have a look now, it says that the focus is at p, 0. So the equation will be in this form. So I can copy down the equation. So this is equal to y is equal to 4 times p times x. So what is p? The focus is at p0. So p, 0 is my focus. So in my question, what is the focus? Isn't it 4, 0? 4, 0, right? In my question.
Yeah.
So it is saying that p is 4. P is 4. Just take it here. P is 4. So what will be answer of the question then? Y squared is equal to 4 times x, which means y squared is equal to 16x. That's my answer. Finished. So one more time from the beginning. In my question, the focus was given 4, 0. Meanwhile, I'm solving directly. It's similar to exam question, okay? X is equal to -1. So when I draw this, so -1 is here. It means that focus point is 4, 0 here. So the parabola will be somehow here. I'm not calculating the vertex. What is that? We may calculate. So what is that actually? This distance and this distance must be equal to the vertex. So if this is 4 units and if this is -1, it means that it is 5 units. So over to 2.5. So it will be after negative or 4 minus 2.5, approximately 1.5. So it will be 3/2, for example, vertex. But I don't need, just I need the equation. So how will the equation then? So I have clarified in my mind that y squared is equal to 4 times p times x. And then my focus is being at p, 0. So it means that directrix is equal -p. So if directrix is -p, am I doing mistake? I think it's fine. So this is focus p, 0. Directrix is negative. Directrix, which is x, is -p. So x is -p, it says. So what is my directrix? So maybe in the question there is a mistake. I wrote the question in my mind, since here it's being different, p and -p, -1 and 4. So there must be correlation between these things. I mean, -4 and 4, something like that it should be. I will check this question, okay? The original question I will check. But now, according to this one, if I look at x is -p, x is -1, so p is equal to 1. And then y squared is equal to 4px. So y squared is equal to 4 times 1 times x. In this case, the y squared is 4x. That's the answer of the question. I can say, I will check it one more time, okay? After giving 5 minutes break, I will check it. Now, let's turn back to Other question. Where? Here. Yeah, it's very important question. And it is so simple. It's so simple question. Write the parametric equations in rectangular form. So this is called parametric equation. Okay, this is called parametric equation. I will write this in rectangular form. What does it mean rectangular form? Rectangular form is y is equal to f of x. That's it. So I will say y equals something in terms of x. To do this, let's have a look. To do this, y is here. 2 is 2, I cannot change. 20 is 20, I cannot change. But how can I get x? So I should change the t. So what is t in terms of x? Look at here. What is that? X plus 5, a half times t. So 2 times x plus 5 is equal to t. It is finished. Take this one and put it here. So y equals 2 times t. What is t? T is right now this. To the power of 20. So this is my question, finished. You will check it. Where do you have alternatives? A, B, C, D, and just tick. Okay, is this okay? How did I do it? Rectangular means y is equal to in terms of x. So y is equal to 2 times t to the power of 20. So I should change this t. So t is here. Take this number there and express t alone and then back substitution. If it's clear, I want to pass. Is it okay?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Question number 8. It's so simple. Do not miss this question. It's so simple question. Yeah, this is also another question. Orthogonal projection. How was the formula? If I am not wrong, I mean, the question is find the orthogonal projection of vector u onto v, like this. Find the orthogonal projection. I mean, in the exam, you will not have this notation, okay? You will not have this. You will have like this. Find the orthogonal projection of u onto v. U is given, v is given. So orthogonal projection onto, orthogonal projection of u onto v means this one. If I am not wrong, the formula is this. U dot product v, norm of v squared times v. That's the formula, just to be sure, guys. Let me check it so I don't want to make mistake. Orthogonal projection formulas. So let me see quickly. There are lots of formulas sometimes. I am confusing, okay? Whenever I need, I just Google it.
Yes, sir.
You can do this. Yeah, that's the formula. Let me check it. If I click.
You click the wrong picture, sir.
Okay, 1 minute. So this one. I think, yeah. This is the thing what I told you. Yeah, dot product. U times U will be norm squared. Yeah, that's the formula what I told you. Now, let's continue that solution. First of all, find the dot product. What is the dot product? So dot product is the first component times first component plus second component times second component, right? So I'm writing U times V is equal to 1 times 4 plus 2 times 6, which is 4 plus 12, which is 16. So numerator is 16 right now. Finished. Divided by norm of v squared. What is norm? Square root of 4 squared plus 6 squared. This is the norm. This is the length. So what will be this? Square root of 16 plus 36. So 30, 40, what will be? 52, root 52. Okay? So root 52 will be 4 times 13. So it will be, am I right? Yes, 2 root 13. So denominator is 2 root 13. But there is something, 1 minute, there is something. There is something. Be careful now. I have norm to the power of 2. So this is norm, root 52. So it's power 2. And this is norm. So I need its power 2. It means it will be root 52 power 2. What does it mean? Just 52. Okay? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Times vector v. What is vector v? 4, 6. 4, 6. So first of all, simplify this if it is possible. So by 4, 4, by 52 by 4, 13. So times 4 over 6. So how can I continue? This time this, comma, this time this, which means final result. Let me
16 and 24.
So final result will be this one. 4 times 4 over 13, comma, 4 times 6 over 13. And then simplify if it is possible. 16, 13, 12, 13, just 13. No square. 13. That's the answer of the question. Whenever you have this kind of question, be careful for this. So we solve it. This is the answer.
Thank you, sir.
Let me tell you, you should be careful for this. Find blah, 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 orthogonal projection of U onto V. When it says U times V, V squared times V. If it says V onto U,
Okay.
so U
V
times
times
V,
uh,
now U squared
okay.
times U. That's the difference, okay?
I have to be careful about this.
U onto V. But
Okay.
most probably in your exam, you will see this case, something like that. Okay, pardon. Let's continue what we have. Question number 9. Yeah, it's so simple question.
Are they orthogonal?
Directly. Whenever you see orthogonal, it means that perpendicular. We use the perpendicular as a term when we have the vector is 2-dimensional. We use when the vector is 3-dimensional. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. There are 3 components. It means that it is 3-dimensional. So the rule is this. If vector u it's orthogonal to vector v, if and only if the dot product is equal to 0. That's it. This is the rule. So whenever you have the question, the givens are orthogonal or not, check the dot product. So what is dot product? 1 times 0 plus 2 times negative 2
Negative, sir.
plus
3 times 4.
times 4. Is this equal to 0 or not? If yes,
No.
orthogonal. If not, not. So it
No,
will
it's
be
not equal to
4
0.
plus 12. It's clear that nothing. So the answer, not
Orthogonal.
The reason is this is 8. For example, 8 is different than 0, so not orthogonal. Finished. Is it okay?
Easy, sir.
Tamam. Now, question number 10. Yeah. Write in the sigma notation. For example, this is sigma means don't forget sum. And notation is this, right? Sum. So we have the sum of the numbers 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 0, negative 2, negative 4. Even from negative 4 to 10, even 10 to negative 4. It's not a problem. The first thing is this. If the question indicates that n is equal to 0, let's write that n is equal to 0. You will have a final exam also like that. N is equal to 0. If it says 1, n is 1. If it says 2, n is 2. But n is equal to 0. Right now, the first job is this, guys. First job is this. How many terms are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Normally, if it is starting from 1, I should write 8. Since it's starting from 0, 7. Why? 0 is the first member. I mean, the first member is n is 0, n is 1, n is 2, n is 3, n is 4, n is 5, n is 6, n is 7. Is this okay? N is 0, first term. N is 1, second term. N is 2, third term. So n is 7, last term. Is this okay?
Yes.
And then try to get a rule. When you look at this question, what do you recognize? What do you realize? I am seeing that it is decreasing 2 by 2, right? And the first term is 10. How could it be? What can I say? For example, can I say, I'm just thinking, or let's think together. How could it be? I will write something here, and the first term will be 10. The one hint for you, one practical way for you, this question will be multiple choice question in the exam. If I were you, what I do? In the alternatives A, B, C, D, I put, so the rule is given here, right? Instead of an I put 0. If I got the 10, that's the answer, finished. If there are two options, 10 and 10, check when n is 1. So the answer must be 8. And then you will catch what is the right answer. But now alternatives are not given, but in the exam it will be given. So what can I do? I will just try. How lucky am I? I can find it quickly. How could it be? What can I write here? If I say 2n, but I mean 2 times 0 will be 0, so it's not correct. What could it be? And it must decrease. For example, if I say 10 minus n, does it work? I'm just thinking, okay? But what is the first term? When n is 0, 10 minus 0, 10. Yes, it works. But after that, n is 1, 10 minus 1, 9. But this is not 9, this is 8. Let me try 2n. I'm just trying, okay? 10 minus 2n. Does it work or not? Let me check it. First term is 10. Sigma means plus. When n is 1, 2 times 1, 2, 10 minus 2, 8. Bravo. It works. This is okay. This is okay. N is 2. 2 times 2, 4. 10 minus 4, 6. Wow. Excellent. This is works also. Let me check the last term. When 2 times 7, 14. 10 minus 14, negative 4. Yes, it is exactly my question. So the answer of the question is this. What I mean, the question is 10 minus 2n, where n is from 0 to 7. So if I were you, what I do in the exam, easy going, I take n is 0 and put it here. 2 times 0, 0, 10 minus 0, 10. Is this? Yes, it could be. To be sure, n is 1. 2 times 1, 2, 10 minus 2, 8. Yes, I am right. Finished. That's it. So
in the exam, will we have this 10 minus 2 in automatically?
There will be alternatives A, B, C, D. So you can try it. So no need to talk, no need to find the rule. You can try as I did. But the more practical, just try out, cancel out the alternatives. Okay. Now, what is the question number 11? Find the center of the ellipse. Let's give 5 minutes breaks, okay? After that, let us continue. Okay, 10, 17, 28, 17, 28, we can continue, and 6 p.m. we will finish, okay?
Thanks.
Thank you. Where was it here? Start. Are you here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I check it, the original question meanwhile, and as I guess, so when I was preparing in my mind the question, I did a mistyping the numbers. So this is -4 which is directrix, and this is the focus, which is 4, 0. There are two important concepts when we talk about the parabola. So let me just annotate 1 minute. Yeah, you know, even from the last year, when we say the parabola, we say y is equal to x squared. We say something like that, right? But whenever we have something like this, we say x is equal to y squared, just to keep in your mind. Okay? Just to keep in your mind. Something whenever we say vertically up or vertically down, remember we were saying y equals x squared. I mean the term with x with power 2. But whenever we have something like that or something like that, okay, we are saying that the term with the y with the square. Now, if I'm not making a mistake here, yeah, that's correct. The logic, I mean, is so simple. Now, what am I going to say? So by using the rule directly, we can solve the question. It says that when you know the focus, which is in our question, it is p comma 0. So p is equal to 4. P is equal to 4. And even you can say that directrix, which is -4, the formula for the directrix is negative p, which is x is equal to -4. So -4 is negative p, that means p is equal to 4. Even here we can say. And then the formula is this one, y squared is equal to 4 times px. So we are talking about whenever our parabola, something like that, or something like this, so horizontally. If we have vertically, which means the parabola is something like this or like this, we have x squared is equal to 4py. Now, what am I doing in general? I use this, not memorizing the rule. So let me draw better. As I was explaining to you before, I am saying that x is -4 directrix. So let me call this as x is -4 directrix. So the focus is 4, 0. So the focus is 4, 0. This point is focus 4, 0. So distance between directrix and the focus, it's 8 units. So always half of it, which is 4 units, gives us to me from vertex of the parabola to the directrix or from vertex to the focus. Since this is 4 units and since this is 4, it means that my parabola is like this. So focus, vertex, directrix. So in this case, I should know this formula, which is y squared is equal to 4px. So what is p? P is actually, this is p and this is also p. So if this is 4 unit, this is also 4 unit. So what will be? P is directly 4. And then y squared is equal to 16x, answer of the question. That's it. Any question? Any question?
No, sir.
No. Okay. So this is when this is correct, if the vertex is exactly at 0, 0. So our vertex is exactly at 0, 0. But imagine if my vertex is here. Let's say in my mind I am writing, or any number, okay? Vertex is here and directrix is here. What am I going to do? The formula is this: y minus k squared is equal to 4 times p times x minus h. Here h comma k, the vertex. In this case, if the vertex is on the x-axis, the k is 0. K is 0. So just I should find what is h. How can I find? Don't forget this. If the focus is given, if the directrix is given, this distance and this distance are equal to each other. Okay? For example, if this is 7, 0, if I am saying, and if this is 2, 0, if I am saying, so from 2 to 7, or let's say 1, it will be better, easy calculation. From 1 to 7, the distance is 6 units. So what does it mean? This will be 3, this will be 3. If this is 1, from 1 to 3, it will be 4. So what will be vertex 4, 0, which is h, which is k. And then just put it here. Instead of h4, the final result, y minus 0 squared is equal to 4 times p times, tell me, x minus h, which is 4. And p is this distance. So what is this distance? 3. So y squared is equal to 12 times x minus h squared, x minus 4 squared. That's the answer of the question. But you are lucky, in the exam, you will see that your parabola could be like this, could be like this, could be like this, or like this. So it will be at the vertex. It means you will use this formula or this formula. Okay, just sketch it. What I mean sketch it, look at the question. So directrix, x is -4. So -4 here. Directrix means a vertical line. So focus for 0. X is for 0 here. If directrix is here, so directrix is always out of the parabola. So the vertex will be somewhere here. And then I know that this distance and this distance are equal to each other. So you will see that from -4 to +4, there are 8 units. 8 units divided by 2, 4 units. So it means that this must be 0. Why? In this case, this is 4 units and 4 units. It means 0, 0 vertex. So if 0, 0, so y squared is 4px. And if the parabola is given in this form, this is the directrix. So you will use this one. Okay, no need to talk so much. I think we enough with it. Or now the question is this. What is the question? Find the center of the ellipse. So how can I find? Remember, what was the ellipse? X minus h squared divided by a squared plus y minus k squared divided by b squared is equal 1. Remember, Ahmet Kerim, you asked me that when this is minus, it is hyperbola. When this is plus, it is ellipse. Okay? When this is plus, this is ellipse. When this is minus, it is hyperbola. And then, how can I rewrite this? How can I rewrite? The best thing is this. First of all, combine the x terms together. 8x squared minus 48x. And then y terms together. What could it be? 18y squared plus 36y. And what is left? On the left, 18 is equal to 0. Now, after this step, how can I get x minus h squared? I mean, how can I do this? You know that the rule a minus b squared is equal to a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. First of all, when I look at here, I recognize that I can take 8 common parentheses, x squared minus, or can I take 8 common parentheses? Yeah, I think 6x, right? Is this okay? Yes. And here 18 common parentheses. Till here, do you have any question?
No, sir.
Now, in order to use this, be careful. In order to use this, there is one simple rule. Look at in front of x. What do you have? So -6. Take its half. When you take its half, it will be 3. So we are writing x minus 3 squared. Now be careful, ladies and gentlemen. When I expand this x squared, it is here, minus 2 times x times 3, negative 6x, it is here. But also I have negative 3 squared, which is positive 9. So inside of this, I have positive 9. And this 9 is multiplied by 8, 72, which is extra, right? Normally, I don't have here 72, but here I have 72. For that reason, to the right-hand side, we add 72. One more time. When I expand this parenthesis, x squared minus 2 times x times 3, negative 6x, plus 3 squared, 9. This 9 multiplied by 8, 72. So 9 I don't have here. 9 times 8 I don't have here, which is 72. So I should edit right side. Since positive 72 and the other 72 will simplify each other for that reason. Similarly, y squared plus 2. 2 divided by 2, 1. So I can say that this is y plus 1 squared. When I expand this, y squared here, 2 times y times 1, 2 here, plus 1. And this one multiplied by 18. So to eliminate this, I can add here 18. And here I have plus 18. Okay. And then these 18 and these 18, I can simplify. So it will be 72. Till here, do we have any question? Till here?
No.
Do we have any question? No. So what I have in the exam similar to this, actually easier than this, you will have. Easier than this. So what I have, let me copy paste. I have 8x minus 3 squared, 18y plus 1 squared is equal to 72. Now, what is my ultimate goal? What is my aim? My aim is to get this form. First of all, what I realize here, the right-hand side is 1. How can it be this is 1? Divide by 72, divide by 72, divide by 72. So this side will be 1. Am I right? And then this side will be 8x minus 3 squared divided by 9. And then it will be y plus 1 squared divided by 4. Wow, excellent. Wow, I can express this. So this is exactly this one, isn't it? Check it.
Yes.
So this is called, when I get this form, what is the center? What is center? Center is h comma k, or let's say c, h comma k, h comma k. So when you look at here, what is the center? Negative 3,
1.
so positive 3. Positive 1, so negative 1.
Negative.
Is this okay?
Yes.
That's finished. So I am passing. Hopefully that's good. So we are coming to end. So there are 15 questions in the exam. So I prepared 15 questions for you. Now it says that find the first 100 terms. In the exam, you will see like that. Find first 100 partial terms or something like that. But it means that as 100. So it will be find the first 50 terms, 60 terms, 10 terms, 12 terms, 24 terms, whatever. I choose as 100. There is one formula, ladies and gentlemen. Sn is equal to, first of all, this is the arithmetic or geometric sequence. Distance between them, 2, 2, 2. So, I mean, 4 minus 2 is equal to 6 minus 4 is equal to 8 minus 6. So this is common difference, which is D. D is 2, not geometric sequence, not 4 over 2, 6 over 4, 8 over 6.
Arithmetic sequence.
So this is arithmetic. And the rule was, I just confuse in general this formula, but I think this is the rule. Yeah, I am sure. I am sure. This is the rule. This is the rule. That's the formula. Memorize this. Okay, memorize this. Take a note somewhere. So here what I need. S100, which means n is 100. It means that first 100 terms, first 50 terms, whatever. 100 divided by 2. 2 times A1. A1 is the first term in the given sequence, which is 2. N, which is 100. D, which is common difference between these terms, 2. Okay, finished. The answer is this. So 50 times 4 plus 99 times 2, and then just use the calculator, okay? I don't want to do it. Or I can do if you wish. It will be 200 minus 198 times 4. This times this, so that's the answer, 39,600. Okay, but use the calculator, no need to do this. Okay, is it okay?
Okay.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
sir.
Easy, but you should know this formula, otherwise difficult, not easy. You should know this formula. Okay. Oh, this is the easiest one. This is given, this is given, D. If D, we directly understand this is arithmetic. If question R, we understand this is geometric. This is arithmetic. So what is the formula? AN is equal to A1 plus N minus 1D. This is the general formula. To solve this question, I have another formula, but no need. Forget about the other formula. You can confuse. This is, you mustn't forget. It's very common formula. So A15, how can I write? Can I write like this? What do you think?
Yes, sir, because 15 minus 1, 14.
Yeah, and so A15 is given 35. A1 is given 5. What is the? That's it, and simplify. That's it, okay? Is this clear? Just the formula, this formula.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sir, in the exam, there is 15 questions?
Yes,
Oh.
90 minutes.
90 minutes.
It's enough. Now, it says that length of the major axis is 8. First of all, this is ellipse. Major axis means when you see the major, this is 2A, major. If you see minor, it is 2B. Okay, keep this in your mind. Length, okay? So if 2A is 8, what is A? A is 4, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. And foci, the foci points, 2, 4, 2, 10. So what is the distance between them? Can I find the distance as 6 units? Can I say?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So 2C is 6, so 1C is 3. Is this okay?
Yes, sir.
And the formula, remember I told you that for the ellipse, C square is equal A square minus B square. For the hyperbola, plus. For the ellipse, minus. And so 3 square is equal to 4 square minus B square. And B square is equal to, tell me, 16 minus 9. So it will be 5. Okay?
Yes.
B square is, am I making mistakes? Let me check. 16 minus 9, 5. Yes, B square is 5. The question is write the equation. So this is the equation. X minus h squared. This is equation whenever you have the vertical ellipse. So how can you understand your question is vertical or not? Just put the given things. So I am putting, look now. 2, 4, x is 2, y is 4. Approximately, x is 2, y is 4 here. 2, 4. Here. X is 2, y is 10. So it is here, 10. If these are my points, so that's it, right?
Yes, sir.
And then this is vertical. When vertical, that's the formula. If horizontal, we say x minus h squared divided by a squared. This is a squared. So where we have the major axis, so the longest one. So you know this is the minor, small, this is major. Where we have the major axis on the y-axis. So under the y, it must be a squared. If we have the ellipse something like that, so this is longest, this is shortest, it means that under the x, it must be a squared, if we have this case. But let me clean my case. So what will the answer of the question? So 2a is equal to 8, a is equal to 4. And from 4 to 10, 6 units. So 2c is 6, 1c is 3. So here 3 squared is equal to 4 squared minus b squared. So b squared is equal to 16 minus, tell me, 9. So it is 5. So what am I going to write? First of all, denominators. So it will be 4 squared.
Sir,
Yes?
isn't it 7
Pardon?
at 16 minus 9? Shouldn't it be 7?
7, yeah. Thank you so much. This is 7. So b squared is 7. So it will be, by the way, a squared, it says. So it means 4 squared, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And then b squared is 7. It means that we should write b is root 7. So we should say root 7 squared. Okay, root 7 squared. And then what about h and k? Just let me tell you something. In the exam, when you look at the alternatives, so when you see these denominators, got it. Meanwhile, how can we find h, k, h and k? Simple. If this is your ellipse, be careful now. Where is the center? So we
Here.
said, or let me draw it. 2, and 4, and 2 and 10, we said, right? 10 is here, let's say. Just use the simple logic, no need to memorize. So if this is the biggest one, so at the middle it will be. How can you find the midpoint? From 4 to 10, distance is 6. So it will be 3 units. From after for 3 units, it will be 7. So center will be, so x is 2, y is 7. Center will be 2, 7. So how can you write? So you should say 2, right? And this is 7. Finish. That's it. Okay?
Easy. Yes, sir, got it.
So passing this one, and finally the last question. What was the last question? Yeah. Excessive formula. What does it mean, excessive formula? It is something like that. AN is equal to 3 times AN minus 1. Something like that.
Yeah.
First of all, decide this is arithmetic or geometric.
Yeah.
The difference between two numbers and difference between two numbers, are they equal to each other? It's no, it's very large, very small. So this is not arithmetic. Probably geometric. Let's check. What is the geometric? R. Negative 27 divided by 81. So A2 divided by A1. A3 divided by A2. 9 divided by negative 27. So what is this? Negative 1 over 3. What is this? Negative 1 over 3. Yes, R is equal to negative 1 over 3. Is this okay?
Yes.
So this is geometric. What is the rule? AN is equal to A1 times R to the power of N minus 1. This is the rule. So AN is equal to A1 is given, the first number, 81, times R is given, negative 1 over 3 to the power of N minus 1. Okay? So this is inclusive formula, normal formula. What is exclusive? This one. This one.
Sir, again, one is exclusive, one is exclusive. I got confused.
This is the inclusive formula.
I N,
We didn't
right?
finish the question. We didn't finish the question. I will tell you, just look at it. Or
Sorry.
you can even guess the name, it's not important. Look at the alternative. Do you have this? If yes, select. If not, probably you will have this formula. How was the formula? The formula is this. AN is equal to AN minus 1 times R, isn't it? For the geometric sequences. So from this number, in order to find this number, I am multiplying this number by R. So 81 times R gives negative 27. Negative 27 times R gives 9. Is it okay?
Yes.
So you can say that then AN is equal to AN minus 1 times R. What was the R? Negative 1/3. That's it. I mean, you will see something like that in exam. So this is called recursive or exclusive formula. That's it.
Yeah.
So if you see in the alternative this, select. If you see this, select. One of them you will see, not both of them. Okay? Finished. That's it. Any question to ask me?
No, sir. Thank you
No,
so
sir,
much. It
thank you
was
so
really
much.
good, and I think this will help us a lot.
Thanks to you. So Ayşe, Abdurrahman, Misbah, and Ahmed Kane. Is there anyone else? Misbah, Ham's also here. I will take the attendance for that reason I asked. Okay, guys, I wish you.
Sir, will you
Best.
share us the recording?
I can send it. Okay, I can send to the Google Classroom or
Okay.
from the K-12. Okay, I will
Okay.
send it to the K-12.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Sir.
Tamam.
Thank you.
Hams, thank you so much. All the best. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Good day, sir.